Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is Accurate Context. So the news broke earlier this evening that Martel Holt was arrested and charged with DV in the third harassing communications. Martel, for those of you who don't know, is one of the stars of OWN's most popular show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you don't watch that show and you're a fan of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, he was featured on the show's last season as Sheree's supposed love interest. With this news breaking, I wanted to add some context to the conversation about his arrest and the charges as stated on the Madison County website. But before I do so, let me provide some disclaimers. The Fair Use Act, found in Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act, allows for limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Disclaimer: information provided in this video is for entertainment or educational purposes only and is a portrayal of events based on my opinion. I cannot guarantee the accuracy of any comment made, and I take no responsibility for any opinion expressed by individuals who engage with or share my content. So after I read what Martel's charges are, I went and did some digging, did some reading so that I could come and provide you guys with this informative content. So let's get into it. In Alabama, domestic violence in the third degree, harassing communication, is a specific criminal charge that involves communication intended to harass, annoy, or alarm another person. It refers to repeated unwanted contact, such as phone calls, text messages, emails, or social media messages that are meant to intimidate or cause distress to the victim. This charge is categorized as a form of domestic violence because it typically involves individuals who have a domestic relationship, such as family members, current or former spouses, or individuals who have a child in common. The offense is considered a misdemeanor, and the penalties can include fines, probation, mandatory counseling, and even jail time, depending on the circumstances and prior convictions. Now, under the charge of domestic violence in the third, harassing communication in Alabama, various types of communication can be considered as harassing. Some examples include repeated phone calls. This can mean making persistent and unwanted phone calls to the victim with the intention to annoy, harass, or alarm them. Number 2, text messages. Sending numerous text messages with offensive or threatening content to the victim with the purpose of causing distress or fear. Emails. That's number 3. Sending multiple emails containing abusive or intimidating language to the victim, often with the goal of harassing or alarming them. Number 4, social media messages. Using social media platforms to repeatedly send harassing or offensive messages to the victim, which can include derogatory comments, threats, or personal attacks. Number 5, voicemails. Leaving aggressive or threatening voicemails to the victim intending to harass or alarm them. You guys, it is important to note that these examples are not exhaustive, and any form of communication that is intended to harass, annoy, or alarm the victim can be considered as harassing communication under this charge. The specific details of each case will determine whether the communication falls under the scope of the law. So, to end this video, I'd like to reiterate some things. Under Alabama law, domestic violence in the third degree includes harassing communications. Harassing communications occurs when a person with the intent to harass annoys or alarms another person, communicates with them by telephone, computer, or any other electronic communication device. This offense is classified as a Class C misdemeanor in Alabama. The penalties for harassing communications may include fines and or imprisonment. It is important to consult the specific statutes and seek legal advice for a comprehensive understanding of Alabama's laws regarding domestic violence in the third, specifically as it relates to harassing communications. And you can find, or I should say, the Alabama law that addresses harassing communications as part of domestic violence in the third degree can be found in, let me state my references, section 13A-6-132 of the Alabama Code. And what I also want to say in closing is all of this makes me wonder if this is why Melody was changing her number so often, because he was using communication that should be about co-parenting to harass her. We've also seen him threaten to release Revenge P, or we've heard him say that he did threaten to release Revenge P if she didn't stop talking about him, even though she was only defending herself against statements that he was publicly making on social media. So this has my brain swirling because it's, in my opinion, it's all making sense now. Now, we don't know if the person who filed these charges against him is Melody or if it's his baby mama, who I call Coleslaw, but y'all might know her as Ariane. We don't know if she called the police and filed these charges against him. But either way, he was arrested and he was released at 7:01 p.m. I'm guessing that the story will keep unfolding, and as the story unfolds, I may be back to say more. Disclaimer, I am not a lawyer and the information provided here should not be considered as legal advice. The response is based on general knowledge and understanding. If you require legal assistance or advice, please consult with a qualified attorney specializing in the relevant area of law. Laws can vary by jurisdiction, and specific circumstances can impact the interpretation and application of the law. Please y'all remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below so that I know how you see things too. As I always say, walk good. Bye.